guys? It's been a while. Time of year, winter, not much going on. But it's John, Twisted Malay Detailing. Gonna put some lights on my Bronco today. Got a bracket that goes right here, next to there. Got 2 pod lights right there. So this is the bracket that's gonna go on it. And then these are the lights gonna go in. So, gonna get these set up and put together, and then mount them on here, and then I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do for the switch, because temporarily I gotta wire it into a main switch, but soon I'm getting the auxiliary switches go across here from Ford. My Bronco didn't come with it, unfortunately, and I do want them, so I've already talked to them. They're gonna be installing the switches up here, which those lights and other lights down the road will get hooked up into. But until I get that put in, I'm going to just wire it into a regular switch, probably one of these fucking doodads right here. Until then, follow me while I get these hooked up. I got one done, kind of a pain. So your bracket, which is this bracket right here, slides in between them, and as you can see, the nut and bolt go in there. And trying to drop the nut down inside there to fit so the bolt fits through, kind of pain in the ass, but we got one done. Gonna work on the next one here, and then we'll mount it to this bracket and go from there. So they're assembled. Now what it didn't come with is these washers down here. So with the rigid, the hole's a bit bigger than the actual bolt, and it would have pulled them through if you tighten them too much. So the back side was fine, but up here I actually added these black washers, which are just these because they don't come with it, and I didn't want the bolt pulling through. But when you're done, this is what they would look like. They're still loose because I got to adjust them to where I want them. But we're gonna put that onto the Bronco over there and watch Jeff walk around doing nothing like usual. Now, weirdly enough, there are 2 different Torx heads to take that out. I don't know why it's 2 different sizes. Not sure what Ford was thinking there, but I guess just to make it a pain in the ass. But we'll get them bolts out, put them in, and then do the exact same thing for the other side, and then figure out how I'm gonna run my wires to inside the cab and hook them all up, and then aim the lights, tighten them up, and see how they work. For the next guy that wants to high beam me, you ain't gonna like me anymore. Got the first ones put in. Still gotta run the wires, figure out how they're gonna get them under this. Might have to pull the cowl off, figure that out, but they're on there, they're solid. They look good, and everything fits exactly where it's supposed to be. You can see that, those 2 bolts here and here. Those are the factory actual bolts, so they just fit right back in there again. So, I like the way it looks. Now on to this side. I'm gonna try to show you how to do this. You put this one in there until it goes all the way down there, and then move it. You look inside there, you gotta drop these nuts. Yeah, that wasn't too bad. Take your bolt. Helps when that's lined up. There we go. That one went a lot smoother than the other ones. Let's try the other side now. See if I have the same luck. Excuse me. Oh. Frig, yeah. That only works so well because I'm doing it on video. Oh, what am I stuck on that one? Oh, let's hook it down just a hair more. Why won't you go down? Interesting. There we go. There we go. Lined up now. I wish I could say both went on the other one went that smooth, but it didn't. I had to put that nut in there like 6 or 7 times. So that's it. That one's done. Then we'll just put the bolts under here with these washers that are not supplied. And this is a 14, and this is, I think it's a 12. And then we'll put that back together and put it on the other bracket, which is still in the package here. Then do that light, and then mount it to the Bronco and hook up the wiring and see how they look. Here's where you make the mistake of not opening up all your packages. So I just happened to grab the rest of the other bracket out of the rigid bag, and it comes with supplied bolts with a bigger head. So I wouldn't need these washers or even to use these bolts that the lights came with. So that's where you definitely want to open up all your packaging first to make sure everything is there, or what you may or may not need. So you don't do that. But oh well. I'm a man, I don't read instructions. Don't listen to Jeff. He can't even read, so. Got the other set on now too. Nice and tight. Aimed where I want them. Now I just gotta figure out where these wires are gonna go, and chances are we're gonna have to pull the cowl off, which means this bracket's gotta come back off again, which is just those 2 bolts behind there. Not the end of the world, but take it off, tuck the wires underneath the cowl, put the cowl back down, put these back on. But at least now they're lined up where they need to go. And I like the look. So it's gonna work nice. Now I just gotta figure out how to get the wiring under the hood and then into the cab of the Bronco. We figured out by watching a YouTube video where the wirings go. I had to pull the lights back off. I'm gonna do the same thing for that side over there. You take a blue stick that we have, which Jeff passed me right now, and you put it under this, lift this up, then the wiring can stick under here, follow right down under here, and then connect. And then you just push that back down, bolt it back up, and that's how Ford designed it. So when you lift it up, the wires can stick in behind here and nice and tucked. So we're gonna get doing that right now, but that's how you do it. Right, so we got them tucked in there. And as you can see, they just tuck right underneath there. And it's nice that Ford does that. We did end up make it easier for ourselves. We ended up pulling the cowl off, which is just easy. It's just take the 2 screws out for this, wipers, and then it's just clips all on the whole cowl will come off. It just made it easier for us because the clips or the plugs on these are a little bigger around. But once they're out, you do that. You just open the hood here, and don't mind my hood. It's kind of dirty under here. I haven't washed out the engine in a while. And then you see the wires just come straight through here. And then you have a big mess of wires right here. Positive and negative for the battery for both sides. And then you got a relay, and then somewhere in this mess of wires is the plug, or the switch, sorry. So there's your switch. So what I'm gonna do, because I don't wanna have to keep turning on left side and right side, I'm gonna wire both sets directly into one plug, one switch. So when I hit the switch, all 4 turn on. This is a temporarily thing until I get the switches up there, and then we're gonna wire them into the auxiliary wires that are here from factory once I get those switches put in. But we'll get these wired up and test them out. They're all hooked up, they work. So wasn't bad. Overall, took us about 45 minutes in total to do everything. Go ahead and turn them on, Jeff. So can't wait to see how bright they are at night. But they're working. They look good. I'm happy with it. Too bad it's not dark out right now. Once I get the upfitter lights or switches put up in the top there, it'll be a lot better. And I can put more auxiliary stuff in there. So if you like the video, subscribe, comment, and wait for some more stuff that I do. Spring's coming, so hopefully sooner or later I'll have the car back out and more stuff with the Bronco. I want to get a light bar for the top up here. I don't know why Jeff those lights on. A light bar across there. Probably something along the bottom here as well on the bumper. We'll see. But thanks for watching.